What is going on, guys? This is the Inside the Boot Podcast, episode number 24, and today we're breaking down the New York Yankees and their hot offense as of late, and also IKF stepping up to the plate in a big way. As we talk about the Yankees' offense thus far, it's been outstanding, especially in, the second half of that Padres series and the Mariners series. The Yankees got it done. The Yankees blew out Yu Darvish at the Bronx and did a really good job against, a struggling Padres team that, struggles to get runs in with runners in scoring position. They were ranked at the bottom of the league, in scoring with runners in scoring position, and the Yanks countered that. The Yanks did a good job, especially the bottom of the lineup. The bottom of the lineup has been outstanding thus far through these past few games. Willie Calhoun has stepped up. IKF has stepped up. Higashioka, has been better offensively. Volpe, we got to see his back going sooner than later, because there's a guy in AAA that's been raking, and that's Oswald Peraza. He's been tearing up AAA right now, and you question, when are they going to call up Oswald Peraza? We don't know, but he's a talented prospect. He's a good player down in AAA, and he's got good numbers thus far. I mean, 340 batting average, 10 home runs, and over a 1 OPS. I mean, those are great numbers in the AAA. And, Volpe's struggling, batting under 200. The numbers haven't been there yet. He's been pretty, I think, average defensively. And you question with the young stud, when are they going to, see a good 2.5, weeks for Anthony Volpe instead of just 2 games? You would like to get a nice few weeks of good baseball out of Anthony Volpe instead of just, maybe a game or two. You want to see consistent play out of, your future shortstop. And I know it takes time. I mean, we saw a bunch of guys need a lot of time, like Julio Rodriguez of the Seattle Mariners. Baltimore Orioles catcher Adley Rutschman. A lot of these prospects, they take time, and I understand that. So, I just wonder when, it's going to be Anthony Volpe's time to start tearing up the majors. But, I mean, obviously I assume this team's going to make the postseason, and I think either they call up Peraza around the deadline, or he'll be on the postseason squad. I definitely expect Peraza back in the MLB very soon. But also, with this Dodgers series coming up, the Yankees got some reinforcements. We got note that Kahnle, Giancarlo Stanton, and Josh Donaldson have been removed off the IL and are getting ready to take on the LA Dodgers. And, we look at this stuff. Stanton has not played since April 15th. Donaldson hasn't played since April 5th. And this is Tommy Kahnle's debut. Back with the Pinstripes. He played on the Yankees a few years back, and now he's back on a contract that they signed him to. And, you definitely want to see production out of all three of those guys. And you hope it's right out of the gate. You hope you don't have to wait, a week or two to get Stanton back going, or Donaldson going, or, Kahnle. The bullpen's been outstanding, and adding Tommy Kahnle is huge. And, Tommy Kahnle has good stuff when he's healthy, and you want to see a good, healthy Tommy Kahnle the rest of the season, and a good, healthy, Stanton and Johnson. When Stanton's healthy, he's a good player, but he's got to stay healthy. That's been the main issue with Giancarlo Stanton ever since they acquired him. He would tear up, opponents week in and week out, and then all of a sudden he's back on the IL stint. And you pay this guy a lot of money, and you want to see good production out of him, but you need him to stay healthy for the rest of the season, basically. You don't want to see Stanton back on the IL. But this is a big series for the Yanks. The Yankees haven't played the Dodgers in a long time, right? The last time these two teams faced off was August 23rd, dating back a long time ago. And I believe it was 2019 the last time these two guys faced off, and that was when Guys like Didi Gregorius, Gary Sanchez. I'm probably forgetting someone else. That were on the team, right? So, I mean, both teams have definitely changed since 2019. Of course, Yankees going out and getting Garrett Cole. Mookie Betts went to the Dodgers. Judge obviously re-signed. But, it's a bunch of good pitching matchups for sure. I mean, the game tonight, Kershaw against Severino, that's going to be a good one because Kershaw career numbers are pretty good against the Yankees. And, Severino has been good since returning from injury. So that'll be a good matchup. Then the Yanks go with Cole against Grove. And then Herman finishing out against Miller. And then, of course, the big matchup as well. Judge going against Betts. I mean, it's just going to be a good series. It is just going to be a good series. The last time they met, the Yankees won 2 out of 3 in that series. But, the Yankees are 4-1 in their last 5. 33 runs scored. And only 16 allowed. And that's a plus 17 differential, right? And, the bottom of the lineup has been good. Willie Calhoun has stepped up, a guy that struggled for a while. I mean, you got to see better production out of Willie Calhoun, and you got that. And the thing is with Willie Calhoun is 4 of those 6 games have been multi-hit games. This guy has been putting the ball in play and been doing a really good job. And the bottom of the lineup basically all year has stunk. Like, it has been brutal. And to see Willie Calhoun step up is huge for him. And another dude that had a good month was Clark Schmidt. I think Clark Schmidt has been better as of late. He's been doing a much better job. I mean, he's got 3.52 ERA, 33 Ks, and has allowed a home run in that month. But regardless, the Dodgers are a good team. 11 games over 500, I believe. Yanks are 10. It's going to be a good series for sure. I mean, the Dodgers, they're always talented. They're always at the top of the NL West, always a powerhouse. They got a lot of good players there. Freddie Freeman, of course, their first baseman. So it's going to be a good series for sure. And the Yankees, they got to take down a good opponent, right? I think the Padres, they've been, okay, kind of mediocre. Mariners, I think they've been a mediocre team. But, the Yankees need to beat good opponents. And that's what, you need to do if you want to be a championship level team, right? You got to beat the Dodgers. You got to beat the Astros. And, you got to take care of your AL East opponents. That's the big thing about about the Yankees. If you can get those 3 things done, you could be potentially on a long playoff run. But I've been stressing this all year. Stay healthy. Okay? Bader goes on the IL again. Hamstring injury. Just brutal. This team is cursed with injuries. Whenever a guy's getting hot, you're like, sick, this guy's getting hot. Boom. Dude's back on the IL stint. That just can't happen. I don't know what this team has to do to stay healthy, It just pisses me off every single time a dude's getting hot, back on the IL. Like, you gotta get it together, stay healthy, and this is a talented roster. Second highest payroll. And this team needs to stay healthy if they want to win a World Series. You can't go out and have a mediocre lineup against an Astros team that has been kicking your butt every single year, right? You have to get over that hump eventually, okay? You brought in Rodon. He hasn't pitched yet. You brought in Kahnle. He's finally back. You're bringing in guys, and, pretty much this has been on Brian Cashman, I feel like. And, I haven't been too much on a rant for Brian Cashman, but you got to find... I'm not sure exactly the word, but find players that have a good injury history. Okay? Don't bring in guys that are good, but you look 2-3 years ago, boom, hamstring injury, Tommy John injury, or something on those lines. You just can't do that. Find good players and build off of that. And the Yankees, for the trade deadline, trade deadline's not near, but I mean, I would definitely try and acquire, never hurts to get more pitching depth or or even a bat. But, I'm a big believer in the Yanks. I feel like this team, has the talent to get it done. It's just staying healthy. They got on paper, when we went back to opening day, their rotation was Garrett Cole, then Rodon, then Severino, then Nestor Cortez, and then Domingo Germán. That's a freaking elite first five. Okay, I can't really name a better rotation than that, honestly. Severino, if he stays healthy, he's a good 3. I mean, if you're in a playoff series and you got to get through Rodon and Cole, you're already like, oh crap. Okay, that's the first 2 games that are tough. And then you got Severino and Nestor. That is 4 really good pitchers. And then Germán, finishes on the 5. So there's no excuses. It's just staying healthy. And I really need Rodon to come back soon and see what he's got. And to stay healthy as well. That has been the big problem, is not staying healthy. Right? But, and the bullpen's been great. I mean, the bullpen has been really freaking good. And, a lot of people want to blame the bullpen. I don't see why to blame the bullpen. Honestly. Everybody in that bullpen has been pretty reliable, except for, maybe Ron Marinaccio, who struggled recently. I think I could trust Wandy Peralta. I could trust Mike King. I could trust Clay Holmes now. I could trust, Ryan Weber. I could trust a lot of those guys getting outs. But this is a huge series against the Dodgers. I can't stress this enough. This is a good test. And it'll be really interesting how Stanton bounces back as well, and Donaldson in this series. Do I expect him to hit, 4 hits in, 3 of the games? Probably not, but I just need good production out of Stanton. Getting on base, putting the ball in play, and the same thing for Donaldson. I don't need 0 for 3 Ks and a bunch of strikeouts. Make these pitchers work. I think Stanton matches up against Kershaw well, and Kershaw has been a very good pitcher this year once again. So, get it done. You have to win these type of games in this type of series because you're playing every single team in the major leagues, right? So you're going to be facing good pitching all year long. You got the Red Sox coming up. I mean, that's going to be a good series. You got a lot of good teams, coming up. But, it's been the Inside the Blue podcast. This has been talking about the New York Yankees. I'm your host, Vince. Stay tuned for more episodes. Follow us on TikTok as well. And let's go Yanks, baby. Woo!